Alright, this is a special video for my chart witness follower. I'm going to be talking about volume entries and the different variations of entries in this video, so it's very important to listen up carefully. But before I do, let's go to my stream. And you see this, I sent a video for all my followers to watch May 15th. Make sure you look at that video, check in your inbox, and I'm looking for replies over here, right? Because those are the people I'm going to send the videos to. I mean, the updates to. And listen to the instructions, because it'll tell you, and I'll be looking for these. People have been doing that right now. Be making comments. But anyways, listen to the instructions of the video, and basically, you see, even the way I formatted this, take my test. I'm trying to reduce the time I spend on followers. So when the way I'm structuring my system is that people who want to follow or want to be, they understand that they got to be active. So I mean, this video I'm not going to be making or making very little videos like this. Is I expect everybody to to do what I sent. I spent the time to make this video. I don't have the time to do this anymore. So I'm just going to start implementing those rules. And every time I catch somebody, I know I'll be checking. Don't worry, it'll be very easy for me to check. But because I have to spend the time doing that, it's part of what I want for my stream. But anyways, so make sure you listen to the instructions of this video and follow and do what it says. I sent a video. I sent the video from my followers to watch. Now let's go to PCP. And PCP was a little bit different. Now we know on my instructions we talked about. Well, let's go on my stream here, and we'll pull up the chart. This is a very good video, very important, people. So pay attention, because there's a lot of variations. But look what I said. I said needs to clear 210, 211.50. Notice the big difference in the numbers, because when stocks are set up, okay, which I know they have to act a certain way. This is why I give these ranges of numbers, and I talk about volume. Now, sometimes stocks don't do exactly perfectly to the plan that I say, but they do it in a little different way, and that's what PCP did, okay, because there's too many variations. This is the reason why I tell people to follow and look why things confirmed and study that, because the ones that confirm are the ones you should be studying, and you will learn slowly. You will be learning so many things and improving. It's a process, Even if I give you all the information, there's still that entry. Should I enter or should I not? And you're never going to catch all the trades, by the way. Nobody can catch all the trades. Sometimes you just doesn't jive with you. But there's something to learn about PCP and NKE, as they both trigger differently. Okay, this is why I'm making this video. So if we go to a 10-minute chart. And I talk about 10-minute chart because sometimes the short time frames give you a sign. Notice the volume came in heavier, of course, in the end, right? Because the stocks, they do this. See, sometimes the volume comes in later on in the trading, but notice that on the 10-minute chart, it came in much higher. When it broke out, it had kind of somewhat of a good volume, but look where we're trading, 211. So what happened was it consolidated, and I noticed one thing. Volume wasn't large, but what happened was it was maintaining above the key numbers that I was talking about for a long period of time, and then it started taking off. So this was an entry in around the 211 area, the 212.10 area. The reason being is that volume was an accumulation point, right? The volume could come in later, but what PCP had was it was able to hold above it. See, let's say a stock goes up, right, and the volume is low, but it's hitting 1150. Would you jump in? Of course not. You need to wait for some sort of a consolidation. Can it stay above it? How long? Sometimes you have to pay higher. PCP, let me put it to you this way. We had to pay a little bit higher. You're looking about 12, 12.10, 12.20 to do it right, to get a strong confirmation. And it was very clear. And you notice how it jumped up a lot higher, right? But this required higher pricing. Is the volume going to come in? How does it hold above the key numbers that I put up, the Power Trigger Trade put up, right? And so this was very different. Now let's go to NKE. NKE. Now NKE, by the way, so we'll look at the 10 minutes here. NKE had some nice volume spikes into the area. Of course, it required even a little bit more than a 103.80, which is fine. But notice how it maintained above 103.80, and we had the volume spikes that I mentioned, right? The volume did come in. It came in later in, around the 10:30, close to right around. A lot of the best triggers happen really within the first 30 minutes to an hour. I talk about it. Well, the night took about an hour before it came very clear, and then it made its way higher. But let's go to my stream here, and you can see there's a difference between Nike and Thing. But let's go to the stream, okay? Go back. My profile. This is one of my okay, my clients that are okay. That I sent an email to. So NKE. So let's click on this chart, right? Now look what I said, right? 200. I think 200K to 300K on a 10-minute bar is a good sign for the volume as it tries to trade those areas, right? So this did exactly what I said, right? But it didn't do it exactly it did it a little bit above 103.80. What's the difference? So it's 20 cents higher, but at least it did confirm properly with the volume. Unlike PCP, it required a lot. It was a lot harder. It took a little, it became more apparent that after 12 o'clock, after it was able to keep holding and break above 102, that it was good to get into. There's a good chance it would pop higher. I was expecting that, but it wasn't like it took longer to figure out, and it's not usually the case. But PCP was a bit tricky, right? And so you may not get into every trade, but understanding the difference. Now I'm going to talk about another stock now. MasterCard. Okay, now one of my followers, he went into this trade, and I was about to get into it, and it had all the volume. By the way, this did what it was supposed to do, but this is what I did. It did it fast, okay? In my mind, I wanted to buy in 950, so let me tell you exactly what I did. And this is based on what I saw in the market, by the way, people. Okay? Because the market wasn't so sure of itself in the first 15 minutes. It was, Apple was, well, after the first 15 minutes. So what I did was, and I noticed that Nike would pull back. Let's put the 3-minute chart. So this is what I did. So as Nike pulled back a bit, what I decided is if Nike can take out 994.50, a little bit higher again, I'm going to go in it. Okay, but this was a little bit different. This was based on, again, there's so many variables, people, right? But the market was kind of acting, so. So I said to myself, you know what? It doesn't mean that MasterCard won't go up. I said I'm going to make sure by paying. So, but the other guy getting in wasn't wrong. What I'm getting at is what my process is. I looked at a lot of facts. I look at things that I can't describe every single variable that can happen, but you can learn from it. But that's why I'm teaching you what I did here, and it saved me from SLW too. I was close to getting triggered in that stock when the same technique. What I do when I'm not too sure, I always buy higher. Why? Because if it can trigger higher, 9 out of 10 times they're going to keep going higher. Well, it couldn't trigger higher MA, and it fell out of bed, right? Still, it's okay, but the guy, one of my followers, he goes, what's going, is MA, should I get it? I'm in big trouble with MA. And not necessarily. I mean, it's a bit of a pullback. It is a disappointing thing. This is not what you want. It had the volume, right? Remember, not everything's 100%. It requires a learning lesson from why did one confirm. And you know something, that's why I keep telling people to keep following and making watch. Even if you don't take the trade, look at why it worked. Why it didn't work too long. You can learn something from it. This is a process. It's a never-ending process. I just, from my experience, I avoided the MA trade. The only difference between me and the other guy was he would have got a little lower price had it gone up higher, but I'd pay a little bit more. But 20 cents more, it doesn't matter to me. It's not, if it's going to go where if it's supposed to go in a direction just like PCP. I paid more for PCP. but it went in my direction. Do you understand what I'm saying, people? So listen to this video several times. This is gold, right? I can't tell you every situation, but what I can tell you is I figured out every these number ranges I give you. They're calculated reasons that I know what it takes for a stock to mean if it wants to. That's why I say confirm, because there's no way to know for sure if a stock's going to confirm unless it can start to move a certain way and produce a certain volume. MA and Nike and PCP confirmed in two different ways, but they confirmed. This is why you have to start to learn why things confirm. Okay, there's too many variables, but this general idea that I gave you in this video is very powerful to help you in the entry. There you have it, people, a powerful video. Thanks for listening. Like the video.